Hello guys, Harry here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're well. So guys, there's nothing denying it that I really like Citizen watches. I think they make some fantastic watches at very attainable prices. You look at their ProMaster range, you look at their Cioso range for that matter, and that belief really starts to fall in place. But there are a couple of things that really annoy me about this brand. And I'm going to make a mention of two of those things in this video today about this watch that really encapsulates that annoying bit about Citizen watches. Now, this watch that I have here with me today could have been a fantastic everyday watch. I'm not really taking a lot away from this watch because I did not pay a lot for this watch. For that amount of money, which is 199 Australian dollars, I think this watch still offers a lot, but it could have been better. And those two fixes that I'm going to mention, or those two flaws or annoying bits that I'm going to mention in this video today about this watch, could have been an easy fix. So let's take a deeper look at this watch and see what I'm talking about here. Okay guys, before I give you the set of dimensions and blow out this video to over 10 minutes, which I really hate doing, I said in my video when I unboxed this watch that I spend time, or I like to spend time with watches that I review on the channel, just to give you my honest opinion. That just helps me in forming an opinion, and I self-fund most of the watches that I review on the channel anyway, unless I borrow them off my mates, which is a rare occurrence. So I like to spend some time with those watches so I can form an opinion and give you my unbiased opinion about a watch. Now, there are a couple of things that really annoyed me about this watch, especially one that it just really put me off, and I decided not to even size this bracelet. I'll make a mention of that shortly anyway. But I still spent enough time to form an opinion and review this watch on the channel. So for the dimensions, we are looking at a case size of 41 millimeters. So anything under 42, I think it's a good size, because this will fit a variety of wrists. Lug-to-lug distance is 47.3 millimeters, so that's quite decent as well, given Citizen lug-to-lug distances can blow out. If I really measure it from here to here, as you can see, the first link can extend out a little bit. We are looking at 51.5 millimeters. The thickness is quite reasonable on this one at 9.7 millimeters, so this should slide under the cuffs of your shirt without any problems at all. And we are looking at a lug width of 22 millimeters. Now, for a change in this price range, so Australian dollars, retail price is Australian dollars $499. I paid $199. We are getting a sapphire crystal, which is a fantastic addition from Citizen, because most of the times in this price range we end up with a mineral crystal. Even sometimes with a higher price range, you only get a mineral crystal, not with this watch. So I'm still finding this to be a really nice everyday watch, but there are a couple of annoying bits which I'm getting to shortly. So we have this combination of black and white on this dial. Again, adds to the legibility of the dial, which is one of the traits that an everyday watch, or all watches, must have legibility, that you can tell the time easily without any problems. So there is that texture in the center, which I believe goes a long way. We've got Citizen printed underneath 12 o'clock, Eco Drive printed above 6 o'clock there. Then we have a minute track, again printed in the same white on the outer ring of the dial. Decent size to the hands as well. There is loom on this watch. We'll test the loom shortly. The seconds hand falls slightly short of that minute track, but I think it is hitting most of those markers really nicely. Now I'm going to come to the first annoying bit about this watch, which is the size of the date window. I usually don't care about these things, to be very honest with you, but I think it is happening quite too often now, with especially Seiko and Citizen putting these small tiny date windows on their watches. I mean, what's the point of putting a tiny date window that a lot of people can't read? Either put a date on a watch, or don't put a date on the watch. If you're putting a date complication on a watch, then don't do a half-hearted attempt and put a small window that makes it useless. So if you are putting a date complication on the watch, which Citizen has done here, at least put a decent size date that most of us can read. Now, I have no issues with reading the date on this watch or on most watches, to be honest with you. My eyesight is definitely okay, no problems there, but I can understand why a lot of people would struggle to read the date on this watch. And I'm not doing a review for myself, I'm doing this review for you guys out there. So that's the first annoying bit about this watch. Now, after the second annoying bit about this watch, which is the size of the crown. Trust me, it is small. I usually don't complain about these things, but this crown is not really user friendly either. It is hard to grip. Once you manage to get some sort of leverage from underneath, which trust me will take you a few goes, then obviously you can set the time and the date. It's a simple pull and push crown, so the functionality is quite straightforward. And thank God this is an eco drive movement and not an automatic. Otherwise, try using this crown 2 or 3 times a week, you will go mental. So that's the second annoying bit about this watch that really put me off. Citizen gets so close to making fantastic watches, such a perfect watch for an everyday use, and then they put a small, tiny date window and a tiny crown on the watch to kind of ruin it, at least for me. Now, from the finishing point of view, quite nice to be honest. For the price, the brushing is quite nice. It is brushed all around for the most part on the case. The fixed bezel is polished, but I don't see a lot of people really touching the bezel, so the fingerprints will not show for the most part. So looking at the bracelet, I think it goes well with this watch. It looks nice as well. If you don't like it with this 22mm lug width, you should be able to find plenty of other options out there. You got a combination of brushed and polished finish following through from the top of the watch or the case of the watch down here on the bracelet as well. Now, on the bracelet, these polished bits might be a bit hard to keep clean, and I think they will start to sort of show at least hairline scratches fairly quickly. And there are some cost-cutting measures applied here as well, as you will find with many of the watches in this price range. The clasp, for that matter, is pressed and not milled. Now, it does appear to be a butterfly clasp, but it's not. It is a proper clasp, but it is just tiny. And there's no micro adjustment as well, so some of us might struggle to find a nice fit from this bracelet. So it is possible, but again, if you don't like it, there should not be a shortage of options out there. The case back, quite simple. It is a closed case back, gives you some information about the watch. Sapphire crystal, 100 meters of water resistance, which should be plenty for the most of us, and Nico drive movement as well. So you will not need to change batteries every couple of years. This will keep running. You'll get at least 6 months worth of power reserve once you watch the fully wound. And any light should be able to charge the watch, but again, sunlight is your best friend when it comes to charging these solar rechargeable watches. So here is the lume, quite reasonable. As a Citizen watch, I was expecting a decent spread of lume, and it is really nicely applied, as you can see, quite legible, and it's got reasonable longevity as well. So no complaints about the quality of the lume on this watch. So here it is, guys, a quick reshot before I wrap up the video. My wrist size is 6.9 inches. I think it fits really nicely. There is a lot of dial on this watch, so it will appear a bit larger than its true size of 41 millimeters. There's barely any lug overhang. I do like the look of this bracelet. I think it looks really nice on this watch. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I still believe this is a really nice everyday watch if you can overlook those couple of issues with the tiny date window and a tiny crown. This is a really, really nice everyday watch, especially with that eco drive movement. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you with my next video shortly. Until then, stay safe and look after one another.